my dear students, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to continue our previous chapter, and the previous chapter name is Discovering Truth. The saga continues. In last class I taught you up to paragraph number 7, and today we are going to continue from paragraph number 8. Let's read the paragraph. Archaeology had changed substantially in the intervening decades, focusing less on treasures and more on the fascinating details of life and intriguing mysteries of death. It also uses more sophisticated tools, including medical technology. In 1968, more than 40 years after Carter's discovery, an anatomy professor X-rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. Beneath the resins that cakes his chest, his breastbone and front ribs are missing. Here, the difficult words are substantially, that is greatly. Fascinating. Fascinating is more attractive. So here, the difficult words in this paragraph is substantially, that is greatly, and the second one is fascinating, that is attractive. Alright. So in 8th paragraph, the writer wants to convey you what changes came later on. With the advancement of time and technology, the way of investigation done by archaeologists also changed. Archaeologists started giving more importance to find out the mysteries of the death. They started focusing more on finding out the facts rather than focusing on the treasures. With advancement of technology, time and technology, they started using so many modern technology to investigate their mysteries. For example, in 1968, more than 40 years after Carter's discovery. So, what happened there in 1968? An anatomy professor X-rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. So, after 40 years of Carter's discovery, an anatomy professor, he examined the mummy of Tut and he revealed. After this examination, he said to the world that he found something. What was that something important? He found that some bones, breastbone and ribs were missing in the mummy. So in this way, we can say that later on, archaeologists started using advanced technology with the advancement of time and technology. Now come to the paragraph number 9. Today, diagnostic imaging can be done with computed tomography, which is known as CT scan, by which hundreds of X-rays in cross-section are put together like slices of bread to create a 3-dimensional virtual body. What more would a CT scan reveal of Tut than X-ray? And could it answer two of the biggest questions still lingering about him. How did he die and how old was he at the time of his death? So basically, in this ninth paragraph, it is talking about the author is talking about the advanced technology. Earlier, X-ray was being done, but now with the advancement of the technology, they started using CT scan. Now the question is in front of the world whether CT scan, which can create three-dimensional virtual body. So, with this advanced CT scan, will be able to give answer of two questions which are still unanswered. What were those biggest questions? The question was, which was still a mystery. How did he die? That means, how did the King Tut die? And second, how old was he at the time of his death? So still people are trying to find out these two mysteries. They are trying to solve these two mysteries. King Tut's demise was a big event. Even by royal standards, he was the last of his family's line and his funeral was the death rattle of a dynasty. But the particulars of his passing away and its aftermath are unclear. Let's see the difficult words in this paragraph. The first one is demise. Demise means death. The rattle. What is the meaning of rattle? Rattle means signal of death. Of death. So, King Tut's death was a big event. Why it was a very big event? It was a big event because his death means the death of the dynasty. That means he was the last ruler of his family's line, and his funeral was the death rattle of his dynasty because he was the last powerful ruler of his dynasty. So his death means it was the death or it was the end of the dynasty. But still there were so many mysteries, there were so many questions after his death also. The particulars of his passing away and his aftermath are unclear. But still there were two major questions. What was the age of the Tut at the time of his death, and whether he made a natural death or whether it was a murder. So these two questions were still there. It was not clearly proved till now. Amenhotep III, Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful pharaoh who ruled for almost 4 decades at the height of the 18th dynasty's golden age. His son Amenhotep IV succeeded him and initiated one of the strongest periods in the history of ancient Egypt. The new pharaoh promoted the worship of Aten. What was the Aten? Lord Sun, their great devil, their great deity, their great god. Changed his name to Akhenaten, or its meaning was servant of Aten, and moved the religious capital from the old city of Thebes to a new city, Akhenaten, known as Amarna. He further shocked the country by attacking Amun, Now, who was the Amun? A major god, smashing his images and closing his temples. It must have been a horrific time, said Ray Johnson, director of University of Chicago Research Center in Luxor, the site of ancient Thebes. The family that had ruled for centuries was coming to an end, and then Akhenaten went a little wacky. What is the meaning of wacky? Wacky means crazy, sunky. Alright, so at first we will see the difficult words over here. The difficult word is here horrific. Horrific. Horrific means more horrible. And then the next difficult word is wiki. What was the meaning of wiki here? That means crazy. Crazy. So in this paragraph, basically it is said about the golden time of the Egyptian history. So Amenhotep, who was believed the father or the grandfather of Tut, he was a great ruler, he was a powerful ruler. And this Amenhotep III was succeeded by his son Amenhotep XIV. So Amenhotep III, when he ruled, his time was the golden time. But when he was succeeded by his son Amenhotep IV, he was also a powerful king, but he made so many changes. He promoted the worship of Aten, and he shifted his religious city to another place, that was Amarna. He made so many changes in his city, in his empire. It is said that at the end, Akhenaten, that was the Amenhotep XIV, son of Amenhotep III, he became little crazy at the end. Why? He made so many changes. He promoted the worship of Aten. Not only he promoted this religious belief, but he changed his name also. He kept his name Akhenaten. What was the meaning of Akhenaten? Its meaning was servant of Aten. So he considered himself the servant of the Lord Sun or the Aten. He not only promoted the worship of Aten, their popular deity, their popular god, but he attacked Amun also. And who was the Amun? Amun was a major god. Like in our family, like in India, we have also so many gods, so many goddesses also. Like we have Hanumanji, Shankarji, we have Durga Maya, Kali Maya, so many things. So similarly in Egypt, they had so many gods. The most popular god was Aten, and second most popular god was that time Amun. So he just smashed image of Amun and he promoted only Aten, worship of Aten. So this was the changes. After Akhenaten's death, a mysterious ruler named Ismail Khakre appeared briefly and exited with hardly a trace. And then a very young Tutankhaten took the throne. King Tut, as he is widely known as today, the boy king soon changed his name to Tutankhamun, living image of Amun. and oversaw a restoration of the old ways. He reigned for about 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Suddenly he died. So here it is said that after Amenhotep III and IV, because Amenhotep III was succeeded by his son Amenhotep IV, he made certain changes. They were very powerful. They were very powerful ruler. But after him, another ruler also came, but he was not popular. He was not very powerful king, and that is why as he came, as he went, he couldn't be popular in Egypt. And after that, the latter king was succeeded by a powerful young man or the boy. His name was Tutankhaten, whom we call today King Tut. Today, King Tut, as he is widely known as today. So who became the next powerful king in Egypt? Tutankhaten. The boy king soon changed his name because he was very teenager. His age was very small when he became the ruler. But he was very powerful king, and that is why he changed his name Tutankhamun. And what was the meaning of this Tutankhamun? The name reflects its meaning. The meaning was living image of Amun. So he promoted the worship of Amun rather than advocating the worship of Atum. So he made popular the worship of Amun once again. He ruled for about 9 years and then died suddenly because he was a teenager. He became a ruler at very early age. He ruled also 9 years and he made some changes also in his kingdom. After ruling 9 years, suddenly he died. We don't know the reason, whether it was normal or the natural death or it was a murder. Regardless of his fame and the speculation about his fate, Tut is one mummy among many in Egypt. How many? No one knows. The Egyptian Mummy Project, which began an inventory in late 2003, has recorded almost 600 so far and it is still counting. The next phase is scanning the mummies with a portable CT machine donated by National Geographic Society and Siemens. Its manufacturer King Tut is one of the first mummies to be scanned in death, as in life, moving really ahead of his countrymen. So the archaeologists started examining the mummy, and Tut's mummy was one mummy among many in Egypt. If you go to Egypt, you will see so many mummies are there. What is the exact number of mummies? It is still unknown. But as per the data of 2003, the number of mummies were calculated. It was approximately 600 in number. And still they are counting. Like exact number of mummies in Egypt is still unknown because the data is given here of 2003 when the number of mummies they counted was 600 and still they are counting. They are trying to find out exact number of the mummies in the Egypt. What the next step was taken? The next step was taken for the examination of the mummies. So they started examining the mummies when some person when the CT machine was donated by a National Geographic Society and Siemens, its manufacturer, King Tut, one of the first mummies to be scanned. Finally, manufacturer Honor gave one CT scan machine, and that is why they started doing CT scan of the mummies. And whose mummy was first examined in this CT scan? It was the Tut's mummy. A CT machine scanned the mummy head to toe, creating 1700 digital X-rays image in cross section. Tut's head scanned in 0.62 mm slices to register its intricate structure, takes on area detail in the resulting image. With Tut's entire body similarly recorded, a team of specialists in radiology, forensics and anatomy began to probe the secret that the winged goddess of gilded burial shrine protected for so long. So finally, his body was examined with this advanced technology CT scan, and they found so many things. They became able to solve so many mysteries. They found some bones and the ribs were missing from the body of Tuts, from the mummy of Tuts. So this became possible only because of this advanced technology, that was CT scan. It was more advanced than the X-ray. So this was all about today's class, in which I have covered here up to paragraph number 14. In next class, I will cover from paragraph number 15 to 18. Thank you very much.